Good morning, everybody. It is now time that we come forward with our highest purpose pieces. It is time. Crazy. What I'm about to say is going to be sounding kind of crazy, but this is what we are here to do. We are these great creator beings, and we've done great things in this life and all lifetimes, and we are the combination of all of us. We are this collective being. We channel the great spirit. We channel the infinite love. We channel the infinite light. All is one being, and we are the co-creators, gods. We are the ones here in human body vessels that are here to direct this unfoldment. We are all united. We focus in our intention. We visualize the future, the world we wish to see. We step into it. We take action. This is the time that we're in. So here we go. On the source.network website, there are blueprints listed across the top. All of these blueprints are there. They've been there for, going on upwards of 5 to 10 years now. And they're all open source. So every human being can find these blueprints and apply them in their local communities, cities, states, country, or world. And the various solution projects, blueprints, and all the different departments or whatnot of, if we're going to shift our communities, our cities, states, the world, we're going to have organization. There's going to be key players in each department, in each neighborhood, in each city, state, country, and the world. It's just the way it is. The source, creator, God, all that is will flow through all of us, and we will all be guided, and we need to trust that the other has that connection as well. And we each have unique pieces, and when we play them all together, it's whole. The highest divine timeline is what we are all choosing. We each have experiences that have guided us to clarity in how things could be if we all play in unity, in collaboration, and we build better communities, cities, states, countries, and world. So here we are, the blueprints on the source. If you click on resourced, Earth and Humanity's Healing, there is a simple plan for how the whole human race can move in lockstep each and every day until this is complete. It's very simple. Anybody can do this. Little kids can do this. Anybody. So simple. We could recreate heaven on earth in 7 days if we just day in, day out did what's listed in day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, and day 7. We could recreate heaven on earth in 7 days. We don't have to do it that fast, but we might as well start. We might as well get the blueprint shared virally around the world. We might as well each day do what that day is calling in. Or take a month for each day. So, for example, it starts out with health and wealth. So, wealth, prosperity, abundances, the regenerative means to provide for ourselves, our community, provided for, and onwards to our whole global community. So it starts with health and wealth. So you have listed there month 1, and if you want, you can spread it out to say 2-3 months for each day. It's totally fine. In God's world, a day is everything from this instant, which is smaller than this instant because we can't even fathom the micro potentials of God's source creator, infinitely smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, and never stops, outwards to what we call a minute, to what we call an hour, to what we call a day, to what we call say a week, a month, 3 months, 6 months, a year. A year could be a day, and that's fine. 2 years, 5 years, 10 years could be a day, and that's fine. You could even have the old way, we've been speeding up so much, but back in the day, a day was probably 1,000 years or 10,000 years, or maybe a day was a 26,000 year cycle. You know what I mean? So here we are, day 1. It really starts with helping the homeless. It's really simple. We're only as strong as our weakest link. Our homeless are physical representations of where we're lacking, where we haven't been serving, where we have believed in separation and have not taken care of ourselves. Take care of yourself. The homeless are extensions of self. So when we take care of ourselves, to get to a place where our house and home is in good order, our family is in good order, we then help our friends in good order. We help in our local neighborhood, everything's in good order. We help in our city level, good order. Statewide, good order. Countrywide, good order. Nationwide, global, good order. We are omniversal beings, multidimensional. We are all that is. We are love. We are creator, creation. So as we do the spirit work, the inner work, the process work of just showing up with ourselves and then our family, friends, community, and greater communities in the world, we integrate, we clear out density, and we bring in new energy to support our transformation into our higher being, our more evolved God self. And our collective communities benefit. When we are the wholeness of our community, we are the wholeness of our city, the wholeness of our state, country, and world, we are able to hold a process for all beings and all energies, all elements that are pieces, parts of such a transformation and evolution into a higher blueprint for our cities, states, community, nations, world. So look at that resourced Earth and Humanity's Healing Blueprint on the source. It's across the top. There's a tab there. It's very simple. Day 1 or month 1, you could say. It's really focused on providing for the homeless, because there's other people that have issues too. It's not just the homeless, but it's like really focused on basic core needs, like making sure everybody has food in your whole neighborhood, making sure everybody has a place to lay their head and be dry and warm and safe, and then of course clothing, of course that adds to it, making sure everybody's dry and warm and from the elements. That's key. And of course, food, water, of course, essential. And yes, shelter, warmth, dryness from the elements, essential. Clothing, yes. In the first couple days, if you can create systems, campaigns where everybody in the neighborhood is working together towards this common goal, which is identifying who needs any of these basic needs and core foundations, and then developing plans for addressing those needs of each individual in your community. And if neighborhoods can do it, then all the neighborhoods can come together, and a city can be a set of neighborhoods that, or a district even, that applies a plan, builds a system, and ensures all these basic needs are for everybody in the neighborhoods and the city. And then cities can come together and put their systems together and plans together and do this statewide. And states can do this together as a nationwide unfoldment, and nations can do this together as a global unfoldment. And so it starts out with key needs like food, water, shelter, clothing. And of course, health is a priority in the beginning as well, health and wealth. If everybody had the wealth, they would be able to provide their needs much better. And if everybody had the health, they would have the ability to take care of themselves that much better. Utilize the wealth to take care of the needs. It's not that simple though. We have mental health as well. We have physical health. A lot of people, need a lot of help in those areas. So with this unfoldment, we are bringing together various organizations, nonprofits, various cause groups, government agencies, organizations that can help with mental health and physical health, and all the types of health, because it's not just mental and physical, there's more to it. So there's all these specialists and organizations that can help with that. So there's going to be an event, a gathering that happens everywhere in the world that's focused on the homeless, bringing together all the homeless in the park, incentivizing it with local point systems or currencies, where the community pools all the value that they have. Everybody pools products, they pool their service offerings, vouchers, they pool various event tickets, land access, spaces access, they pool resources, monies into a commons or a shared fund, local sustainable economic development fund, or basic needs providing fund, basic core foundations provided fund for your neighborhood, your city, state, country, world, to the point where there's a lot in that market, there's a lot in that fund, in that commons to be shared. And then when all these organizations come together, these specialists come together to help the homeless, or those with mental health issues or physical health issues, or any of it, behavioral, whatnot, any of it, we can address the needs at the core, at the root level, by being in the park and gathering together all these specialists and organizations to be there to help bring each person through a process of identifying who they are and what's holding them back, to helping to address each of those core issues with each specialist at hand there. So it's really quite simple when you can gather everybody in the community together and you create incentive structures for the whole community to come together in this way and to address each core need: shelter, clothing, food, water, health, and then we get into the next needs, which energy is key, transportation is key, the regenerative means, which I call wealth, is key. Hang on 1 second here. All right. And within that regenerative means or wealth, there's a lot in that. There's creating your own business. A homeless person can go from being brought down to one of these gatherings. You incentivize them. Like, what gets their attention? Is it drugs? Is it alcohol? Is it food? Is it the idea of having shelter? The idea of a beautiful woman? What is it? An attractive person that speaks really well? Is it are they incapacitated and you just get to the point where the police are and different agencies are now in authority to just gently lift them off the street bring them down, into a health establishment, take care of health and get them revitalized to a point where they're now awake and ready to talk. They're at the Jesus moment where they're just like, all right, I've tried to do it all by myself and I've come this far and I can't go any further on my own, and I'm ready, I'm open, I'm allowing. What can you help me with? They get to that point. And so then, when they're at that point and you have specialists of every area there, you just basically just set it up. Okay, here's what's going to happen going forward. You can call us all angels if you want, but we've got housing for you. Here's where you're going to live. Here's what that's going to look like. Food is going to be provided. It's going to be look like this. Clothing is already built into it. You're going to rest and rejuvenate and heal for a while. You don't need to think about anything. Just sleep and just the nutrients. Take in the nutrients, drinking food, eating food. Really rejuvenate. You're going to build the building blocks of your being again, and you're going to heal. And there's going to be traumas that come up, and we're going to have different specialists available there to help every step of the way. All the different healing modalities, all present in a process. So each person can come into vibrant health, immunity, and get to a point where health is taken care of, to a point where they can start focusing on wealth and the regenerative means of taking care of themselves. And there will be specialists that help with that as well. So with that, it's like job assistance, helping each person to really, vocation, really know who they are, filling out bios, resumes, to get that clarity of who each person is, to get to the point where they feel confident. Okay, I know who I am, I got my bio, my resume, and I'm, applying to, job opportunities, or even small business specialists help them to launch their business, project manage them forward. So it starts with foundations. Health is key, wealth, the ability to provide for yourself is key. For foundations, support systems are key. Clothing, shelter, food, water, all that. Make sure that's all built in and locked into a program, a system, until the person's through and past each test, get the merit badge for completing each step along this way that we're speaking of here. And of course, energy, making sure they have the energy, whether it's transportation energy or physical energy, to sustain themselves and be regenerative and continue to move forward in this system, this process, this what we're talking about here. And transportation, and it comes along in the right timing, job or business, that they begin to regenerate to the point where they can invest and provide some of these things for themselves. But in the beginning, they might not be able to, and that's okay. We'll provide. It's part of the agreement is that we will provide the shelter, the food, the water, the energy, the transportation, job help, business help, startup help. And part of the deal is that you're in a system and you're going to keep showing up. You can keep growing and keep working on yourself and keep building your foundation, your core, and commit. So, and soon enough, you'll have each of these things. You'll be sustaining each of these things on your own. Your food, your water, your shelter, your clothing, your transportation, your job, your business, regenerative means, so on and so forth. And then later down the line, there's happiness, there's spirit. We're always going to be focused on the individual's happiness and spirit. That's always going to be a part of it. Health and wealth are top in the beginning, just to get, maybe it's spirit first, happiness, spirit first, getting them to a good place where they can empower themselves to take care of things a little bit more. But it's however you order it, but the key is that we go through each core, and in each neighborhood there'll be specialists in each of these areas, shelter or buildings, to food specialists, to water specialists, to energy specialists, transportation specialists, health specialists. There'll be committees of each of these departments, and so on and so forth. And let's see, let me park real quick here. And in closing, that's the gist of it. Go on the source.network, check out all the blueprints, and just bring your community together and just help people who's in triage mode, who's first and foremost addressing the basic needs of each individual, building the strong foundations for each individual in the community, and then you'll have help from these people. And as they get able to be a part of the process, you will have 100% of the people in the community on this plan, and working to ensure everybody has their core needs and basic foundations in place, and everybody's working on the highest blueprint process of your local neighborhood, city, state, country, world, or getting involved with projects in their specialty area, or applying their skills towards any projects they believe in, local to global. There's more to it. You'll see when you look on there. Shelter, buildings, clothing, health, transportation, education is one. Energy, transportation, health, food, water, happiness, spirit, and then even gets into earth care, land care, animal and other life care. And I might have missed one or two, but you'll see them on there when you look at resourced, Earth and Humanity's Healing. It's all on the source.network website, www.thesource.network. Aloha, love you all. We're doing this.